I am Rachel Dominguez-Benner. I go by Rachel DB, and my company is Rachel DB Creative. We have two divisions. One is product-based, a gift line, gifts for your kitchen and home, where I screen print my original illustrations on a variety of things. My most popular is kitchen towels. And then the second division is service-based. I'm a co-op developer, so I specialize in communications and member engagement for cooperative businesses. Back in the early mid-2000s, 2006, I was sewing, and I was actually, it kind of starts with the worker-owned bicycle repair and sales shop that I started with 5 bike mechanics in Portland. There were 6 of us. We started a worker-owned business. I was the office manager, but I was really missing my creative practice. I wasn't doing anything creative. And my boyfriend at the time said, well, why don't you sew something that is helpful to bicyclists, and then you can, be using your hands. And so the first things that I made to sell were actually waterproof toe cage covers for bicyclists, and I listed a pair on Etsy. This was 2006, and somebody bought them. The real pivot came when I learned how to put my own designs onto the fabric, onto the surfaces that I was using to sew into useful goods. There's something very both grounding and magical of having something that's in your imagination and then being able to use your own labor to bring it into kind of our shared reality. On a practical level, I also wanted a product that people own multiples of already, that they'll buy more than once, that would make a great gift, because I love giving gifts. That's one of my special powers, and something that was almost like a poster, or could be art and was useful, and was made of natural materials. So through all those things, we get to the humble kitchen towel. I print on cotton almost exclusively, in part because, the kitchen towel, you use it and then it turns into a rag. You can use it as a rag. And then when you're done with it, then it will still, it'll make its way to go back into the environment, back into the earth. Birds can use it for nesting. So many uses. It's my interface with capitalism. I'm just going to be straight up and say it. Rachel DB Creative is how I am taking control of my own labor and deciding how I want to interact with using my labor in exchange for money. And so that's also why there are the two pieces, because there's the tangible, beautiful, bringing art into your everyday products, and that's great. But there's also a lot of work to be done in the other elements of creativity, in helping reimagine our future together. And that's why I'm so drawn to working with cooperatives and developing cooperative businesses. My maternal grandmother had her own store in Mexico. They lived in Mexico, and they were Mexican. So in the part of the house that was on the street, she had a store, and she used that as, in part, that was her social connection. That was how she knew she would get to see people and get to know what was going on in the neighborhood. And I got to spend a couple of summers with my grandparents and just seeing the daily flow of their life and thinking, I like this. And so I think that may have been a little seed that was planted. In 2014, Ian, who's my spouse now, and he was one of the 5 bike mechanics with that bike shop in Portland. We had been in Portland from 2007, and the prices, everything we were getting priced out of the city. And we were looking at where we might want to go. And Ian had family that was in the Air Force. And so we had ties to Dayton because of that. And he had family here. And the property was within our means to imagine being able to purchase a house. And so we decided, why not Dayton? And the people here, I'd been here a couple of times before we moved. And it's just Gem City. The people, we are the gems. So, first time I got involved with Launch Dayton was at Startup Week in 2016. For me, the most beneficial resource has been getting to the social aspect with other people who are also entrepreneurial, who are also sometimes feeling like you're out here on your own on an island. You know, sometimes they're called networking, but what I've found in Dayton and with Launch Dayton events especially is that it's not the, like, you know, buttoned up networking, have to hand out business cards. It's really getting to talk about what you're passionate about and being curious about other people and what they're doing and working on. And then those connections naturally happen. Start sharing your ideas. Start speaking about what you dream of for Dayton, for our city. Start telling people what you think could be better, because that's how you get connected and attract the other people that want to build together to make that thing a reality. I'm so connected to being able to make things and that I need or that I want to use, that the getting to bring people closer to how their goods are made is something that just touches my heart. The delight and the joy that people have of knowing the person that made the thing they're purchasing and using, that's part of what keeps me going. I am an entrepreneur.